Pakistan on Wednesday announced a nearly 15% hike in its defense spending and allocated Rs 2,122 billion in the 2024-25 budget, marking a significant increase from last year amid strenuous efforts to secure a fresh loan from the IMF to meet the cash-strapped nation's external liabilities. Finance Minister Mohammad Aurangzeb presented the budget in the National Assembly, the lower house of parliament, the first budget of the Pakistan Muslim League, Nawaz (PMLN), and Pakistan People's Party (PPP) coalition government, which came to power after the February 8 general elections. Last year, the government allocated 1,804 billion for defense, which was higher than the 1,523 billion allocated the previous year. Aurangzeb said the government set a 3.6% GDP growth target for the next year, higher than the 3.5% set for the outgoing year. The country, however, missed that target and could only achieve 2.38% growth. He said the total volume of the budget would be 18,877 billion and announced a 2,122 billion allocation for defense spending, reflecting a 14.98% increase. Over Rs 1,804 billion was budgeted for the fiscal year 2023-24, ending on June 30th. The defense sector expenses are the second biggest component of the annual expenditure after the debt payments, which for the next year would be 9,700 billion and constitute the single biggest expense of the debt-trapped country, which is dependent on loans from friendly nations like China. He said the inflation target for the next fiscal year would be 12%, while the budget deficit would be 6.9% of the GDP. The minister said the tax collection target would be 12,970 billion, 38% higher than the previous year. He said the non-tax revenue target of the government would be 3,587 billion against 2,963 billion set for the previous year. The government also decided to provide a historic Rs 1,500 billion Public Sector Development Program, PSDP, at the federal level, and by adding the provincial component of the development budget, the net PSDP comes to a whopping 3,797 billion. The minister said the economic crisis had ended and the government fast-tracked the development process by offering new opportunities. He also announced plans to speed up the privatization of loss-making state-owned entities, as well as outsource various airports. The opposition Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, PTI, lawmakers protested during the budget speech by raising slogans against the government. They alleged that the government was not legitimate as it came to power through fraud in the elections. As per the government's tentative plan, a general debate on the budget would start on June 20th and would continue till June 24th. The members will take part in the debate and vote on cut motions on June 26 and 27th, whereas the budget will be passed on June 28. The new budget presentation comes as the government is trying to get another loan from the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and several of its preconditions, including the revenue targets, have been already accepted and included in the budget estimates. There is growing consensus among experts that without a fresh bailout package from the IMF, Pakistan would find it almost impossible to meet its external obligations.